Did you know that a simple sip of olive oil before bed can completely change your sex life? That's right. While many men chase expensive formulas and medications loaded with side effects, the solution might be right there in your kitchen. Olive oil, the liquid gold of the Mediterranean diet, hides a power that few people know about. It can help boost your erection, balance your testosterone, and restore that vitality that seemed lost in the past. I'm Dr. Anna Cardoso, a physician graduated from USP, a specialist in nutrology from the Federal University of Sao Paulo, with over 25 years of experience in men's health and a researcher in the andrology department. And today, I'm going to show you why taking olive oil before bed could be one of the best decisions you've ever made for your masculine health. When a man starts losing potency, he almost always thinks the problem is just low testosterone. But in most cases, what's really behind it is something much simpler: circulation. Without good blood flow, there's no firm erection or stamina. And that's exactly where olive oil comes in as a powerful ally, rich in monounsaturated fats and natural antioxidants. Roberto, a 63-year-old engineer from Sao Paulo, came to me after 3 years struggling with circulatory issues and erectile dysfunction. "Doctor, I'd tried everything, from expensive medications to imported supplements. I started with 2 tablespoons of olive oil at night, as you recommended. In less than a month, my morning erections returned. And in 2 months, I practically didn't need medication anymore to have relations." Olive oil works by cleaning the arteries and improving the elasticity of blood vessels. That means blood flows with more force and fluidity, even to the regions that matter most to a man. It's like an internal lubricant for your circulatory system. It reduces LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, protects the heart, and ensures blood reaches the penis with full potency, promoting firmer and longer-lasting erections. A study conducted by the University of Sao Paulo in 2023 showed that men aged 50 to 70 who consumed 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily for 3 months experienced a 43% improvement in endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to dilate and allow better blood flow, which is essential for erectile function. But the benefits don't stop there. Another incredible effect is the boost in natural testosterone production. Research shows that men who regularly consume extra virgin olive oil have more balanced hormone levels. This happens because olive oil stimulates the production of sex hormones from good cholesterol, and without it, the body simply can't produce enough testosterone. In other words, the same olive oil that protects your heart also helps your body produce more virility. Consuming 1 or 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil at night can do more for your performance than many overpriced supplements. During sleep, the body enters a state of regeneration and hormonal balance, and olive oil helps exactly in that process. It calms the nervous system, improves relaxation, and even reduces internal inflammation. 3 factors that together create the perfect environment for your testosterone to rise naturally and your desire to return with full force. Carlos, a 68-year-old retired doctor from Rio de Janeiro, shared his experience as a cardiologist. "I always knew about the cardiovascular benefits of olive oil, but I never imagined its impact on sexual health. After 2 months following Dr. Anna's protocol, I noticed a significant improvement in the quality of my erections and my overall stamina. My wife even asked if I was taking some new medication. And you know what's even better? Olive oil also improves cells' sensitivity to insulin, which means more energy, less abdominal fat, and more sexual drive, because having the hormone is no use if the body doesn't respond well to it. When insulin is balanced, testosterone works much more efficiently, increasing libido and performance. That's why I always tell my patients, olive oil isn't just food. It's a true elixir of masculine longevity. It nourishes, protects, and awakens the body to function as it should. And when you start consuming it before bed, the results can be even more noticeable. Firmer morning erections, more vigor, clearer mental focus, and even better mood, because olive oil also aids in serotonin production, the hormone of well-being. Another point that many people don't realize is how olive oil directly combats the body's silent inflammation, the kind that slowly drains your energy, weakens the hormonal system, and even affects your virility. Men with chronic inflammation tend to have more difficulty maintaining a firm erection because the body is constantly in a state of alert, producing substances that harm circulation and reduce the body's sensitivity to testosterone. Antonio, a 59-year-old businessman from Belo Horizonte, noticed differences beyond sexual function. Besides the improvement in erections, what surprised me most was the reduction in joint pain and better sleep. It felt like my whole body was less inflamed, and that reflected in my energy at work and with my family. Extra virgin olive oil, when consumed regularly, is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories out there. It contains compounds called polyphenols that act as true guardians of the cells, reducing oxidative stress and blocking substances that cause inflammation. The Federal University of Minas Gerais conducted a study with 150 men aged 55 to 75, showing that those who regularly consumed extra virgin olive oil had significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers, especially C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, both linked to cardiovascular problems and erectile dysfunction. Over time, this translates to more stamina, more energy, and naturally strengthened sexual performance. And there's one more curious detail. Olive oil also improves the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and E, all essential for hormonal balance and blood vessel health. In other words, it amplifies the nutrients you're already consuming, making your body operate at peak performance. Men who start including olive oil in their routine notice subtle but striking changes. They wake up more energized, feel lighter in their bodies, and even their skin and hair seem healthier. But what really impresses is the effect on self-confidence. When the body starts responding again, when virility reemerges, a man feels like himself once more. And that, without a doubt, reflects in every area of life. Marcelo, a 65-year-old professor from Fortaleza, reported, "I was always skeptical about natural solutions. After starting with olive oil before bed, I noticed I no longer woke up tired. In 2 weeks, my sexual drive improved noticeably. My wife joked that I'd discovered a secret fountain of youth." When I talk about transformation, I'm not referring to something miraculous or instant, but a real, naturally effective process. The male body responds very well to the right stimuli, especially when they come from nature, and olive oil is one of those gifts. It nourishes, balances, and restores the body's functioning from the inside out. What strikes me most after so many years following patients is seeing how small habit changes yield extraordinary results. I've seen men who had lived for years with fatigue, low libido, and insecurity in performance rediscover their potency and the joy of living, simply by adjusting their diet, sleep, and incorporating olive oil into their routine. A study by the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul followed 85 men aged 55 to 68 for 6 months. The group that consumed 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily showed an average 17% increase in testosterone levels and a 28% improvement in erectile function parameters compared to the control group. When the body de-inflames, blood flows freely again. The heart works more efficiently, and testosterone finally does what it's meant to do, provide strength, desire, and vitality. And that's when a man realizes the problem was never just physical. It was the body begging for balance. Olive oil also has a very interesting effect on the nervous system. It helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone responsible for draining energy and directly interfering with libido. When cortisol is high, testosterone plummets. But when the body relaxes and finds harmony, desire and vigor return naturally. Paulo, a 71-year-old lawyer from Sao Paulo, noticed a significant improvement in stress. I always had trouble sleeping, which affected my energy the next day. With the olive oil routine at night, not only did my sleep improve, but my anxiety decreased considerably. It positively impacted my entire life, including intimacy with my wife. That's why taking olive oil before bed is so strategic. It's at night that your body rebuilds, balances hormones, and prepares the ground for a new day full of energy. If you want to amplify this effect even more, you can combine olive oil with foods that also stimulate circulation and hormonal balance, like lemon, ginger, and even a bit of pure honey. This simple combination creates a powerful synergy that improves the absorption of olive oil's compounds and enhances its benefits for the male body. A recipe I recommend to many of my patients is a mix of 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, half a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, and a few drops of lemon. This combination not only boosts the circulatory and anti-inflammatory effects, but also facilitates the absorption of the olive oil's bioactive compounds. João, a 62-year-old businessman from Recife, found his own version. I add a pinch of cinnamon to the olive oil at night, as it also helps with blood sugar control. The difference in my energy and stamina in just 3 weeks was so noticeable that my coworkers started asking what I was doing differently. So, my friend, if you've been feeling like your energy has diminished, your potency isn't what it used to be, and your body no longer responds like before, maybe the secret lies in something simple, natural, and accessible. 1 or 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil before bed can do more for you than you imagine. But pay attention. Always choose high-quality extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed and stored in dark bottles. That's what ensures the active compounds are preserved. Unfortunately, the Brazilian market has a high rate of olive oil adulteration. Research from the Food Technology Institute and Anvisa found that up to 60% of olive oils sold in supermarkets may contain mixtures or adulterations. To ensure you're getting an authentic product, look for olive oils with origin certification. Prefer dark glass packaging, and check if the oil has a slightly spicy and bitter taste. Characteristics of oils rich in polyphenols. The secret is in consistency, not quantity. If you like, you can mix the olive oil with a bit of lemon juice or take it straight before lying down. The important thing is to maintain the habit and observe the changes. In just a few weeks, you might feel more vigor, clearer mental focus, and a real increase in libido and potency. Enrique, a 59-year-old public servant from Brasilia, was surprised by the results. I always had a traditional medical view. I thought only medications could solve my problems. When Dr. Anna suggested olive oil before bed, I tried it more out of politeness. 2 months later, my blood pressure improved, I lost 5 kilograms, and my wife started joking that I looked like a 40-year-old again. It's important to remember that while olive oil is extremely beneficial, it works even better when integrated into a healthy lifestyle. Eliminating ultra-processed foods, reducing sugar, exercising regularly, and ensuring quality sleep are habits that, combined with olive oil consumption, can completely transform your sexual health and overall well-being. An interesting fact from the Brazilian Society of Urology shows that up to 52% of Brazilian men over 40 experience some degree of erectile dysfunction, but fewer than 20% seek treatment. Many turn to pharmacological solutions when simple lifestyle changes could resolve much of the issue. Another fascinating aspect is how olive oil impacts the gut microbiota, that set of beneficial bacteria in our intestines that influence nearly every body system, including the hormonal one. A USP study showed that regular olive oil consumption promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria that help reduce systemic inflammation and improve the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, essential for well-being, stamina, and sexual desire. It's also worth noting that, beyond all the benefits mentioned, olive oil is a powerful ally in preventing heart disease and degenerative conditions, issues that directly impact sexual function. Men with compromised cardiovascular health often face erection problems, since the same blood vessels that nourish the heart are also responsible for penile circulation. Ricardo, a 70-year-old retired cardiologist from Porto Alegre, confirmed this in his own experience. As a doctor, I always recommended olive oil for heart health. When I started taking it regularly at night, following Dr. Anna's protocol, I noticed not only improvements in my cardiac exams, but a surprising return of sexual vigor that I thought was impossible at my age. That's the beauty of the natural approach I always advocate. When we treat the body as an integrated system, the benefits multiply. We're not just improving erectile function. We're strengthening the cardiovascular system, balancing the hormonal system, reducing inflammation, and promoting longevity. If this video is resonating with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content like this. Leave a comment below with the word olive oil and share it. What aspect of your health would you like to improve? I'm paying attention to the comments and can create specific content for your needs. I also want to extend a special invitation to anyone who wants to dive deeper into this knowledge. I've developed a complete guide on how to use olive oil and other foods to boost masculine health at any age. This material includes specific recipes, recommended combinations, and an implementation schedule for optimized results. Remember, masculine sexual health isn't just about performance. It's about vitality, well-being, and quality of life. Olive oil is just one of many natural allies we can incorporate into our routine to keep the body functioning at maximum capacity, regardless of age. And it's never too late to start. I have patients in their 70s and 80s who, by adopting habits like this, rediscover a vitality they thought was lost forever. The male body is incredibly responsive and resilient when it receives the right nutrients and care. I'm Dr. Anna Cardoso, and I'll see you in the next video.